Where do we go?
Alright guys, today we're talking about our trip to Zion National Park. We only did one hike at Zion, which was to Observation Point via the East Mesa Trail. We'll give you all the details about that trail in just a second, but first we gotta talk about getting there. So it's highly recommended that you take the shuttle from Zion Ponderosa Ranch Resort to the Observation Point trailhead. This is because of extremely rough road conditions. If you read the reviews in All Trails, some people will say that it's passable, other people say like don't even try. We weren't gonna risk it. The shuttle's only $7, but finding it was a slight challenge for us.
Where do we go?
Guest check-in, I'm guessing. Or no, I guess we're not a guest. I think it said there was a sign. Observation Point Trail Shuttle Parking.
Where?
Right, see right here. It really wasn't that bad. That was probably more of an us thing. We got there just as the sun was coming up, and that's where we want to go. That's where you take. The shuttle was fine, but it was a very old, shaky van, so a bit of a bumpy ride, but it was convenient. It drops you off right at the trailhead, and there aren't very many parking spots up there anyway, so if you do drive yourself and that lot's full, you're just gonna have to drive back and take their shuttle anyway. There are two things that I'll mention that are sort of cons about this trail. One is that we did have to wait quite a while for the shuttle to come back and pick us up after we finished the hike. And the second thing is that this trail's not actually located inside Zion National Park. It's outside their east entrance, and in fact it's about an hour drive from their visitor center. But the view when you reach Observation Point makes everything worth it. This is a 7-mile hike out and back, and the elevation gain is 702 feet, and it takes about 3 hours to complete. Some parts of the trail are pretty rocky, but the trail is wide and for the most part pretty flat, so I wouldn't call it a difficult trail. There's not much shade cover on this trail. Like I mentioned, we did get there right as the sun was coming up, which I would definitely recommend if you're planning on hiking during the summer months, because with that sun beating down on you, it does get very hot. There are a couple little peekaboo spots where you can sort of catch a glimpse of the view, but other than that, it's not a super scenic hike, but that completely changes in the last stretch to the point. Absolutely stunning. So then we picked a spot to drop our stuff and pull out some snacks and just chill for a little while and enjoy what's probably the most beautiful view I've ever seen in my life. And what happened next was absolutely insane.
What?
Will you marry me?
What? Yes? Are you serious? going to the chapel. And I forget to tell you, the other part is we're going to Vegas to get married.
Yeah, right.
We gotta get a selfie.
I don't want to get close.
Come on. Let's get one good.
So to celebrate things, we had to go get some ice cream. I love ice cream. I looked at my phone, I found an ice cream spot. It was a gift shop on the other end of the park. So that's what we did next. We got in the car and we drove to the other end of the park for some ice cream. It was $35 to get into Zion National Park. We got a refrigerator magnet too and some other things at the store. We ended up spending $24.09 at the gift shop. The only other thing we spent money on that day was gas, so we spent $46.89 to fill the tank back up, and that was it. Not a big spending day, but only a total of $105.98 for that day. So adding that to the running total from the last video, we are currently at $1832.32. Alright, see you in the next video, and I hope that you go do something that you love today.